Welcome to Spectacle on Television Nigeria. I am your host, Daniel Atai. INEC set up dedicated portals to transmit electoral result live from polling units. And Oyo State Governor Makinde approved 59.7 million naira for Amatekun's takeoff. And on nepotism, we view Fela's opinion between the southern and the northern Nigerian. Welcome to Spectacle. I am Daniel Atai. And we'll take a short break, and we will come back and introduce to you our guest analysts who are ready to dish it out for you this morning. Please stay tuned. Welcome back. I am Daniel Atai, and I have in the studio Mr. Charles Ibe. Mr. Charles Ibe is a political and social analyst and is a media consultant. Mr. Charles Ibe, you are welcome to Spectacle.
Thanks for having me.
And in the middle with us is Dan Morgan. Dan Morgan is a social affairs commentator and a writer. Dan Morgan, welcome to Spectacle.
Thank you very much.
All right. Now, we will begin with the first story talking about INEC to transmit election, set up dedicated portals to transmit elections from polling unit live. And I believe this will start from Ondo election and Oyo, perhaps. So we have a background report, but before we go into that background report, let me ask of your opinion. I'll start with you, Mr. Charles. Is it all about the what do you call it, INEC server that we were talking about during the 2019 presidential election? Is it what is coming out to play now, or they are trying to bring the electoral laws that were signed? Have they signed it in the first place? And are we to now expect that we are going into digital voting?
Well, thank you so much.
Yes.
And this is a very interesting topic that I believe every lover of democracy in Nigeria should keenly follow up to see how it pans out. Now, I think in the middle of all of this is INEC is trying to make sure credibility is the watchword in all elections going forward.
Okay.
You know, we saw the issue with, especially this electronic voting.
Okay.
So in 2019, it was an issue. If there's a server, there's no server. Is it backed by law? Has it been signed? Is it in the Electoral Act amendment and all of that? So now that INEC is coming forward again, bringing it to the forefront, and actually, like what they said, they're going to use the Nasarawa election. Nasarawa election is going to be the first. I think it's this weekend. Yes, they're going to use that Nasarawa election as a test run for it, building up to Edo and Ondo State. I think it's a very good development. Let's see how it pans out. Starting it all on a small scale, and then when it goes to Edo, and before we'll talk about 2023, so that Nigerians can at least have hope in the electoral system. Have hope in that at the end of the day, it's going to be the will of the people that supersedes at the polling booths. Anyway,
before we take the report, your reaction to this new development from the electoral umpire?
I think I commend INEC. I commend INEC for bringing up this initiative. You know, our electoral processes in this country are very, very difficult. And, you know, politicians and people who participate in elections always want to, you know, win by hook or crook. And if you look at it critically, where problems arise during elections. It's from the polling booth to the collation center.
Yes.
This is where the manipulations take place.
Yes.
And for INEC to be able to transmit results from the polling units directly to their server will do a lot of good.
Okay.
It will help, it will curve it will curve a lot of
electoral
malpractice, and it will help and give credence to the electoral process.
Okay, and the credence to this administration for testing the ground or testing the litmus.
Yes, and of course, I'm happy that they are starting it. They are going to start it in Nasarawa.
Okay.
There's a constitutional election in Nasarawa, so they're going to start with Nasarawa. And Nigerians will see. It will see, because if we have a good electoral process, of course, we have a better country.
All right.
It's as simple as that.
All right. We will be expecting Mr. Sheriff Adigun, a digital analyst from Lagos or Ogun State, perhaps to join us via Zoom to give us his take, and as well as Emmanuel Abba, all of the digital voting electronic system. They will be joining us via our Zoom lines. And the numbers you two can join these programs. This program are displayed on your screen already, and for the benefit of those who are vision impaired, we have 081-3701-5949. You can also reach us through that number via our WhatsApp call or WhatsApp message. And we also have the second global line, which is 070-5432-7616. We'll take your call straight. But straight ahead, let's give you the background report of that 1 minute INEC transmission plan to take off immediately from Nasarawa State. Please enjoy it. INEC sets up dedicated portal for live transmission of election results from polling units. The Independent National Electoral Commission says it has set up a dedicated portal where election results from polling units can be viewed in real time. Festus Okoye, INEC spokesperson, disclosed this on Thursday. Okoye said the use of the portal will start with the Nasarawa Central Constituency election, after which it will also be deployed in Edo and Ondo governorship poll. He further said the portal will strengthen the transparency in the election result management system. Well, that was a brief report about what INEC is planning to do. I want to ask you something. You know, this new development will begin from Nasarawa election, then to Ondo State, and perhaps Oyo State. We don't know whether it's going to be applicable to Edo election, which is coming up too. But if it is done in one place, it should involve all the areas where we are having elections upcoming. In this regard, what would you advise the electoral umpire to do? To nail it to the end, or just transmitting? You know, there is this difference between just transmitting electoral results live and digital voting.
Yes, I think what INEC is doing now is just the for transmission.
Okay.
But I think that INEC should go a step further.
Okay.
To full-time electronic voting.
Okay.
It will solve a lot of problems in our electoral process.
Yes.
Once you know that when you vote, your vote will count. It will stop even voter apathy. A lot of people don't vote in this country because they think that if they vote, their vote will not count.
Exactly.
They are always they have already just out, and so they are only concerned about not even going. But now that INEC is going to transmit the result electronically, they should take a step further by going for even electronic voting. Okay. It will help our electoral process, and even politicians will begin to work harder, will begin to so that they will serve the people and be elected.
Okay. I think we have Emmanuel Abba, the digital expert, already on Zoom waiting for us. So the MCR, if you can connect him, we are ready to speak with him, to listen to him. Meanwhile, Mr. Charles, like Morgan said, going ahead a step further to ensure digital voting so that Nigerians both in diaspora and Nigerians at home will be able to decide the electoral process as their right, their constitutional right to demonstrate their franchises on who to mount the seat of power, either as governor or president. So what is your take, sir?
No, I think I key into what he said. If INEC would actually take that up, it's going to be a real major breakthrough in build up to future elections in Nigeria, not just about Edo and Ondo, but to 2023 and going forward. You can never remove you can never sweep away the issue